Good morning. It is Sunday and it is actually it's just afternoon. It was good morning when I sat down and then I got distracted. That seems to be the story of my life. So good afternoon. It's Sunday. It's the December 1st. So happy December. And here I'm back again. Yesterday, as I said, I wasn't camera ready, but I was definitely being pulled to a spread of cards. I think in one of the reasons was my frustration in I was working in the Akashic Records, and I did mention that I've just taken Casca Graham's 3-day Akashic Record reading class, and I know I was in there. I was actually what I've learned, and I realised that actually just having got a message from her is, and as you know, I always say I learn everything from the dragons. I got to a certain part which to me felt more sensitive, and I just couldn't. I kept getting no, 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 and then I was told you need to step back, and you need to leave the halls, and I was like, oh, and they were like, you need to leave, like you can't do this, and it felt like there was something that was coming up around his soul's purpose, what was going on with his soul. There was something about me, or sometimes I feel that we're probably too enmeshed at times. So I was told to step out, and then they were like, you need to go back, review what you know about the Akashic Records, review what you don't understand, because my frustration of not being able to move forward was making me feel, what comes up is inadequate, that I couldn't do it. Why couldn't I do it? And they were like, just step back. So I messaged. So Casca's in England. I'm in the United States. So thank goodness for WhatsApp. So she had said, leave me a message. So I left her a message, and then she's just replied. And she said that, so the message I got is what she's learning is that sometimes we actually can't read for our family because we are too close. We're part of that soul group, that family. So any of you that know me from other things I've been doing, oftentimes I get a message the day before something happens, or before I join a group, I will get a message or a download or something. So clearly it was for me to learn, but I think it was for all of us to learn. And I'd be interested if any of you that do read Akashic Records, if you've ever come up against that. And he's a close family member, obviously, he's my son. So just an interesting thing that came up. If you follow me on Facebook, you've seen, so I have to say this, I just need to get this off my chest, right? So I think I told you I was feeling about 3 weeks ago that push to, maybe I need a partner, maybe I need to find a male companion. It's been a long time. I mentioned that I've now been divorced as long as I was married, which was 24 years. And there was just sort of part of me that was like, well, maybe I should dip my toes in that dating pool again. Maybe I should do that. And if you're single, you appreciate this. If you're married, just be thankful that you don't have to deal with the bullshit that's out there. So it's been 10 years since I even dated. Probably even longer since I've been on a date. But the online dating thing, and I went in with caution, and I'm somebody who's, as you know, very open-hearted. I always believe people, which doesn't always prove to be wise. I believe what people are saying. I'm very aware that there are people, doing things. I don't know why they're wasting time. That's what I want to say. It's like, why are you wasting my time? Why are you wasting your time in sort of catfishing me? So there've been a few people that I've connected with. There was one particular person that said, and I will say said, that they lived in the town over from me. And he said he was going to be very honest, that he was married. So there's red flag number one, right? But he was married, but his wife had Alzheimer's. And then, so there's the pull, right? So first of all, red flag, I'm married, which I didn't say I wanted to meet anybody who was married. Second was his wife had Alzheimer's, and that she was taken, he had people that was in his home taking care of her. He was semi-retired, blah, blah, blah. Even on the dating site I'm on, you can be selfie verified. I double checked. He was selfie verified. He actually, and here's the second red flag that I knew about that I fell for, which was he said, why don't we text? It's easier to text. And I was like, why not? We've been talking about a week. Why not? Because we were planning on meeting. So got 2 red flags now, and I'm still like not getting it. But then there was some inconsistencies in his texting, and the third red flag was spelling mistakes. Now, I can't profess to be the best when I'm texting, but some of it was grammatic. And the big one that gave me the big smack up the side of the head with the 2x4 was we had arranged, because he did the, oh, we're getting on so well. And I was like, wait a minute, we haven't even met. How can we say we're getting on well? And he was like, oh, let's find a time to meet. So we had arranged a day, which was this Saturday just gone, a time and a place. And then he had said in the texting, oh, which one is that? And I was like, why is he asking me? Because between where I live and where he lives, there was only one Panera Bread. So again, I got the, is this? So I'm like, let me just play this out. So we continued talking for a few more days. And then I think it was the day before Thanksgiving, he ended his texting by saying, oh, we must meet sometime. And I was like, I went to reply, and I went, whoa, stop, don't reply to that. So I said, oh, yes, left it at that, because we'd made definite plans. I didn't hear from him on Thanksgiving till the evening. I didn't respond. He sent me another one. And then on Saturday, around about 1 o'clock, I texted him and said, okay, I'm calling you out. You're catfishing me. We arranged to meet for coffee. And he said, no, we hadn't made that arrangement. And I said, yes, we had. And I put down what we had arranged to meet. And his response was, oh, funny, I was there at that time. You weren't. I ended it with, ha ha, right? So learning, big lesson, right? I can't trust people. And it's like, this does not go with the person that I am. It's just like, I've always, when my mum was alive, she used to say, you trust too much. And I do. I would say, prove me wrong. So now I'm mad at myself because I trusted somebody who I didn't know. So I'm not sure where it's going. I did a 3-month subscription. I'm not sure I'm going to trust anybody now, selfie verified or not, because, people can fudge that as well. So that's ending my rant. I wasn't going to say that on here, but I'm like, if you're watching this and you're single and you're on any of these online apps, I think several of you contacted me after I posted, oh, I'm going to dip my toes in. You've had the same experience. And I wasn't going, the other thing I thought about when he had arranged to meet me, so my intuition said, on the morning of we're going to meet for coffee, he's going to say his wife is sick. But apparently his wife was sick before Thanksgiving. So I'm just mad. And then just to prove that, because then I was doubting, was I right? This morning on the dating site, his profile is nowhere. All my messages have gone to him. Everything's gone. So I was catfished. So end my rant. Big lesson. Okay, Barbara. Like check, right? Which probably means I'm going to not trust people. I don't trust anybody that says they're widowed, because they're all scams. You can always ask them where they live, and then they'll say Boston. And I'm like, well, where in Boston? And it's Mass Ave. Like, yeah, go away. Do you know how big Mass Ave? If you're in Massachusetts, it's a big road, right? Mass Ave, it's a bit like Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C., right? You can say I'm in the White House. So, yeah, I'm not going to trust people. So if any of you know any nice guys, sort of late 60s, 70s, that are looking to date somebody, send them my way. That's all I can say. So I think I'm better meeting people in person than this online stuff. So I've already pulled some cards, which have been interesting. So I'm going to see if I can just show them to you, because I actually... Oh, there we go. Ooh, I'm not very good with this. So these are the cards I pulled for the week. So I'm just going to run down here and then I'll show them to you. So I pulled, and the reason there were two here, two had come out. I pulled one card out, but there was two of them. So, sorry, I hope that didn't dizzy. But what I thought was interesting was I pulled 5 of my dragon cards, and I pulled 5 from Kyle Gray's Angels and Ancestors. So the first one that I pulled them all face down. So the first one that I turned over was the Earth Guardian Dragon. Stay grounded, put your roots down. And then you can't make this up. Here's Mother Earth. Been talking a lot when I did my podcast with Sandy from Canada. We talked about Mother Gaia and the peculiar, like the wildfires, the weather, how all that's changed. So feel loved and comforted. So Mother Gaia is sending us her love and comfort. So, and I was also, I posted somebody else's post on my Facebook page. So then the Sun Dragon came up. This is the Peacemaker again. Yesterday we had the Peacemaker, but in the Ancestors, and then the Sun. So when I was when my chakra dragons were coming forward, because I need to, so the dragons had told me I needed to connect with my chakra dragons. And when I got to, and I'm glad this has come up, because when I got to my crown chakra, not only did I see this color, but I saw it was because our crown chakra has got sort of purple in it, a bit like my hair. But I saw this like fluffy cloud with the sun, which was sort of this color, and it had sparks of purple in it. And from there, there was a stairway that took me up to the Earth Star Chakra. So interesting that came up. But the Peacekeeper, I think this is going to keep coming up because we need peacekeeping for the whole world. Then the Air Dragon, rise above. So we need to keep elevating ourselves, moving ourselves higher as the end of the year comes. And the Stargazer, set your sights higher. So, Air Dragon is going to take us, can jump on that Air Dragon and go flying up into the stars. Actually, the Air Dragon loves, if you look at this card, and then this one, very similar, right? So I love how... one of the things I've been guided to is to be pulling from several decks, including my own. So the Stargazer. So we need to see our sights higher, not only setting them higher. And then the Trader, exchange energy to create abundance. Now, again, this is, I feel this one is for me, but it's probably for a lot of you. As we're in December, and we start thinking about next year, I've already started to think, usually between now and January, I will get several words that are my words for the year. This year has been vision, growth, and grace. So I've certainly grown a lot this year. I've certainly had a lot more visions, and I needed to do that with grace, even if it gets tested. So... And here is the Ancient Oracle Dragon about important information coming our way. So, again, I'm working with the Akashic Records. I'm learning a lot more. I'm being told I need to do my own Akashic Records, so that'll be interesting. And here's the Hermit, retreat and recharge. So we all need to remember that this is the busy time of year for especially a lot of you that have families or big families. I don't. There's just my two sons and myself. And so our holidays are just another day. And I know some of you said you didn't want to hear me say that. I've worked really hard this year for Christmas or for the holidays to not feel just like another day. But that there's just some of us that holidays are painful. And I don't know why they still keep coming up for me as not the happiest time. I remember all the fun times I had when my kids were younger. And I loved having, when they were younger and we could hide presents and they believed in Santa. I love all of that. It's not the same when they're grown up. And I don't have grandkids, so it's just the three of us. Some years we have my older son's friend who was friends with in high school, who lived at our house for most of his high school years, but he was busy this year. So Atlantis Dragon, Jason, protection, parallel lives, in the parallel universe. So that's, I'm trying to remember when I did this card, this pink. I love this pink. And this is Jason, who is an Atlantis dragon. And he comes to us with protection and our parallel lives. So sometimes we're living this life, but there's another life, or several parallel lives, right? And then the white witch, be the light. So here's the owl. I've also got the owl goddess on my altar. I've also connected with an owl dragon. If you Google it, you can actually find, I actually Googled almost a face of the owl, but imagine with a much bigger wingspan and able to, fly and up very high. And reminds me of my power animal, which is an albatross, which has got a huge wingspan and can just get on those airwaves. Airwaves, is that what I say? Once they get up on the airstream and can go for miles and miles and miles, but they've got to get up there first. So I think that's an interesting week. We started off the week with ground ourselves, because I think with this being a busy holiday season, if we're not firmly grounded, we're going to just get sucked in with everybody else. So for me, I need to ground myself daily this time of year. And if some of you are feeling a bit airy-fairy, is what I'm hearing, that like I'm not quite here sort of thing, just bring your energy back into the ground and connect with Mother Gaia, because she will also open your heart. And a lot of the stuff I've been hearing is if we're grounded, we can open our heart. Like when I need to work on my throat chakra, it's clearing my throat chakra, which will also help my heart. So we're all connected. So just keep doing that. My dog has been very impatient today because we had turkey the last couple of days. He's convinced there's turkey downstairs. And like every half an hour, he's asking to go down there because we're cooking a carcass to make soup. He thinks we're cooking another turkey. So he's wanting like more and more. And he's a min pin. Like he ate way too much. Talk about, people stuff themselves for Thanksgiving. He kept bugging us for turkey. And then he got really bloated. And then, of course, threw most of it up. So he doesn't know when to stop eating. And it doesn't help that he's diabetic. So I think that's all I have for today. I did do a message yesterday. Let me see if anybody's got anything to say for the beginning of the year. Is to keep focus. I'm hearing grounding. We need to fully be in our bodies to bring our energy in closer, especially if we're out shopping. So they're showing me, like when you go into stores, if your aura or your energy field is too out here, out too far out, they're saying bring it in. Like think about sucking it in, like bring your aura in closer to your body, because other people are going to get into your aura and then you're going to pick up their energy. And they're like, that's not good, because you don't want that chaotic energy. Personally, I don't go to the mall anymore. I say thank goodness for Amazon. To protect our chakra system, that again, if our aura gets affected, it will affect our chakra system. And they're also saying so this is the dragons, they're saying it's really, really good if you haven't connected with your chakra dragons, to connect with your chakra dragons. And this is where they're pushing me now. So you're getting this direct from the dragons. They're saying, connect with Barbara. Barbara can help you, can do even a Dragon Empowerment Reiki session, but focusing in on the chakras and balance them out, and find out which dragon is at each chakra. Your dragons have names. I haven't yet had a chakra dragon that doesn't want to tell me their name. They go with the color, and once you've connected with them, there's a lot of information, a lot of important information. Which was which card? We had important information is coming your way. So, oh yes, here we go. The Ancient Oracle, right? Matches my hair, purple. Important information is coming your way. So that's the message from my dragons to you. I will do, I'm going to say, if you want to book a session with me, connect with me, DM me, or you can leave a message here. If you want me to work on your chakras and your chakra dragons, we can talk about price. But that's what they're telling me, that now that I've connected with mine, I know. And once you've done that, it's much easier to ask that dragon to go in and balance and clear, or you can ask all of them. When I've done some Reiki sessions on people, the dragons come in really fast and clear out. I mean, it's almost like you get this like gust of air that comes up, and they like blow through your chakras and out and blow up again and back. I mean, they come from the past up through your root chakra, out the top of your head, into the future. They come back down again and they go back up. They do that 3 times, and they clear, balance everything. Anything might need a bit of tweaking, and then it's done. They're also saying that there are light codes. So you see, I started to do this. So there are light codes. There's important information that needs to be pulled down, that needs to come down, and the dragons can do that. And with that balancing and alignment, there will be keys and codes and a lot of shifting. So if you feel drawn to that, I'd be grateful. I love working with people. I haven't done a lot of in-person. Next year, I'm planning to do some more in-person stuff. I've already had an invite to actually do a dragon talk at a spiritual church, and I'm going to connect with somebody also a few towns away through another online app that somebody connected me to. So I think I need to get out there, hands-on, meeting people. That's what the dragons have told me I'll be doing anyway. They've done a lot of work with me. As you know, I've done my Dragon Empowerment Reiki. I've done some other things this year. And they're like, you're ready. Go out there and talk. They're going, preach. Go out there and preach. I don't think I'm a preacher, but go out there and talk about us, about dragon energy, about opening people's hearts and keeping people connected. So I think that's it. That's a beautiful message from dragons. Have a great week, and I'll be back at the end of the week. Have a good one.